Hello, welcome. This is Maniac Tim with Maniac Sports. And of course, this is No Hold Bar Friday. Yeah, you guys want to chime in any topic, uh any topic is open on No Hold Bar Friday as long as it's sports related. Uh you can go ahead and um release your inner beast if that's what you feel like. Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever know really exactly what happened as far as for that last 2 point conversion over at the Lions. I don't know if we will ever know exactly what happened. We were not on the field. I'm hearing reports from some fans or from some Dallas fans or two people reported in. I really don't know. I'm not totally up to date. I don't know exactly what went on there. Of course, no more Isaiah Bugs. How's that going to affect the Lions? I mean, obviously we got rid of him for a reason. What's your thought? What's your thoughts on that? Uh, what's your do? Do you think that who would you guys rather have in the playoffs, the Vikings or the Packers? Basically we go ahead, we beat the Vikings, even if the Packers were to lose, or we keep the Vikings out of the playoffs. You know, did the if you look at this, did the NFL actually uh, make this schedule where we would play the Vikings? On how things were last year, where the Vikings went ahead and they were, of course, last year they were the division, the North Division champions. We were the North Division runner-ups, uh, second in the North. And then of course Green Bay after us, and Chicago was once again last year last. Uh, but is Minnesota the team that we would want to be in the playoffs? Other, other than Green Bay. I'll tell you what, I don't want to meet Green Bay in the playoffs. I don't. I know Green Bay has not been 100% uh, on their ball uh, every time they played this year, but we gotta look at it. What did they do? What did Green Bay to the Lions do to the Lions on Thanksgiving Day game? They ripped us apart. Plain and simple, they ripped us apart on Thanksgiving Day. Uh, they deserved that win. We did not. Green Bay. You know. So I don't know. You know. Sorry I was late coming in on this show. It's been a rough week, but it is what it is. So how's everybody doing? I guess we can. How's everybody doing? Uh, I hope everybody's doing good. I know I'm doing good. Uh, except for I seem to have allergies or a little cold, something like that going on. Uh, so yeah, but how important is it for the Lions to win this game? How many people are they going to seat? Or how many people are they going to sit? Because this game really, as far as in who we play, doesn't mean nothing. Because basically, you know, Dallas got the second seed, because of that fiasco that happened. Uh, so, how important is it for the Lions to win? Hey, thank you guys for coming into Tim's Maniac Sports. Uh, how you guys doing? I hope everybody's doing all right. Now, myself, I'm hoping for the Bears to beat the Packers. I think if you look at the NFL schedule, uh, this week, you're looking at the Bears. If they go ahead and they take out the Packers on Sunday, give them just no reason. Uh, I don't know, Justin Fields again. You got Justin Fields basically against Jordan Love, two quarterbacks that really, they're both running quarterbacks or mobile quarterbacks. Uh, Metaphor seems to, they both can throw down the field and actually get a lot of yards and chunks, too. I expect Green Bay to, you know, put it all out there since it is, since there's more on the line for Green Bay than there is for Chicago. Other than, Chicago going ahead and, I mean, one thing, I don't know, if the Bears could go ahead and split with Chicago this week, or I'm sorry, the Bears could split with Green Bay, as far as in this season and actually win, you know, the game. They are a better team than what they were. They're playing better as a team than what they were playing last year, and at the beginning of the year. So I think Green Bay, well, both these teams are playing better than what they were at the beginning of the season. But I would just, it would be just nice to see the Bears go into Lambeau Field and do what the Lions did to the Packers last year and just go ahead and take them out. And now I do think that winning the last game of the season for the Lions is more important too. So I think they got to go in, and I still think you can't back into the playoffs. If the Lions were to lose to Minnesota, that's one thing that will happen that hasn't happened all year, is that the Lions have not lost 2 games straight. You know, so if the Lions go ahead and they lose to Minnesota, they'll lose 2 games straight. No matter what the outcome should have been from the Dallas game, you know. But any comments, questions? Any anybody? Oh, here. Sorry, I do feel allergies coming back in, so I'm going to at least shut my camera off. But so will the Lions be able to How will they look? How is Goff, Stafford going up against each other going to look in the playoffs? Are you guys are you scared of Stafford coming in? Or do you think the Lions and Jared Goff will be able to go ahead and actually put together 60 minutes of good play, 60 minutes of great play in the playoffs, and actually be able to take Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams out of the equation? I don't know. We'll get to see soon, won't we? I don't know. I'm having so much troubles with allergy. I might need to end this show soon. I will definitely try to keep it on for at least a half hour going. Is If there's somebody that has any question or any statement, please feel free to post it. This is Maniac Tim from Maniac Sports. Looking forward to the Lions actually being in the playoffs and actually being a contender. Um, you know, one thing Dallas has to admit though, even though they uh, even though they did get to win, all right, we gave them one hell of a challenge. Plain and simple. We went into Dallas and we gave them one hell of a challenge at their field. You know, it was they were not. Yeah, I mean we made enough mistakes too. If we go ahead and we clean up those mistakes and we go into Dallas in the playoffs, it could be a different story. It could be, you know, it definitely could be a different story. They didn't do to us what they did to the Giants, to any of their opponents this year. You know, I think the only other team that gave them a challenge at Texas Stadium was the Seahawks, and I know there was a lot of iffy penalties in there. But one thing for sure is we gave Dallas all they could handle. You know, so oh yeah, so okay. This week's schedule, of course, tomorrow at 4:30, you have the Steelers at the Ravens. Of course, lot of Ravens players are going to be setting out. They already got the bye. There's no reason to actually. There's no incentive to win this game except for the incentive that the Ravens want to beat the Steelers. You know, except the Ravens want to beat them. Uh, Steelers, they still have an outside shot of getting to playoffs. So there's all kinds of reasons for them to go into this game and win. Texans at the Colts. That ought to be that ought to be a decent game. Okay, so those are your Saturday games. You got two games tomorrow on Saturday. Of course, the Texans and the Colts are the 8:15 game. Jaguars at the Titans. Jaguars, in order to win their division, they got to win this. Yeah, how things have changed from the beginning of the year Because if you look at, when Jacksonville was playing over in London, those 2 weeks in a row, they just went ahead and won. Then things falter. You know, of course, next you have stuff happens. You know, people get in mid season form. And that's basically what happened. You know, they couldn't hang in mid season form with a lot of the people, a lot of the other teams. Atlanta at New Orleans, so the Falcons at the Saints. That should be a good game. I mean, Falcons and Saints are just some surprising on both ways, and how they have lost and then how they have won some games. So I don't know, that ought to be a good game. Um, the Jets at the Patriots. Well, now this could be for like the number 2 overall. I can't remember what on the NFL said. There's like 4 different teams that are vying for the number 2 overall pick in this year's draft. I know Patriots are one of them. I think it's a Bengals. Let me just see here. I just want to. All right. So let's see. The Patriots. Okay. And Washington. Okay. And the Cardinals. Patriots, Washington, and the Cardinals all have that. All have the shot for the number 2 overall draft pick. But then again, you have, as far as Washington got, I think the best chance of getting that number 2. All they got to do is, you know, uh, all they got to do is basically lose to the Cowboys. Man, you know what? I sure as hell hope. Don't think that's gonna happen, but I sure as hell hope that the Cowboys lose to the Commanders, just to have another somebody sticking to you. So, well, who knows who will get that? I just think that. I mean, I hope the Commanders beat Dallas, but hey, we'll see. Uh, okay. Then of course the Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield at Carolina. Carolina has, of course, the worst record this year, but yet because of what they did last year as far as trading their draft pick away, um, Chicago has the number one overall pick of the draft because they own Carolina's rights. Uh, Browns at the Bengals. You know, um, wow, the Bengals have. I don't know. I think the Browns are going to really take care of the Bengals very good. Then you have, of course, the Packers. The Bears go to Lambeau Field to play the Packers. You know, hopefully the Packers can get their butts beat by the Bears. You know, and then said before Dallas goes into Washington. Uh, Broncos and Raiders are a good game. Eagles are at New York. So the Eagles are at New York. You know, I think last year when beginning of the year, they thought the NFL thought the Giants were going to be a lot better team, a lot more contenders than what they were. That's why they made this matchup at the end of the year, uh, hoping that it would be for something meaningful in the Eastern Division. But Philadelphia, they had the problems as of late. Through most of the through most of the season, they were the number one team. Then like a couple weeks from the season, you go ahead and lose like 4 out of your last 5 games. Wow, that's that's weird. Oh, hey, how's it going? How's it going? I didn't see. I wouldn't look at my comments. Hey, Detroit fan man. Hey, I'm ready for the Lions to enter into the playoffs. Do we really need to play Minnesota this week? I still want us to beat Minnesota. I still want us, even though Minnesota is coming in to our stadium and stuff like that. I want to slap Minnesota up a bit. I want them. I want the Lions to be more dominant in this game than what they were in last game. You know, that's definitely what I want to see. You know, uh, I want to see Jared Goff play a little bit better too. So, but how are you doing? How are you doing, Detroit fan man? I hope you're doing all right. Uh, I'm fighting allergies or a cold myself. That's why I got the camera off. Okay. Yeah, we're at there. Yeah, I think when the NFL made the schedule, they thought that the Eagles and the Giants would be more relevant, but it's not. You know, of course, see. Then next up on the list, you have Seattle Seahawks go to the Cardinals. Cardinals can be surprising. Seahawks started out strong, faltered, looked like they were getting things back. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do. And of course, the Cardinals are still in contention for that second overall pick too, uh, in this year's draft. So if the Cardinals really don't care about the victory, and that gives them better draft capital, okay, they just might go ahead and let the Seahawks win. Who knows? The Rams are at the 49ers. This has been a rivalry for a long time. You know, yeah, the Rams at the 49ers, it's been one hell of a rivalry. Even though and a lot of times the 49ers have came out on top between the two of those teams. You know, so I mean, they both made the playoffs. Uh, I'm really not sure who I want to win in that game. You know, I mean, if you see it's just if you see the Rams beat the 49ers, then shoot, uh, it just it just makes the them with 5 losses. It's not gonna give the Rams a division. It's not gonna do much because shoot, the Rams are the yeah the Rams are like winning 4 games. 3 games behind the 49ers. So it's yeah. But one thing that would be kind of nice. I mean, if you just it's not gonna mean anything in the seating arrangement. But if the 49ers lost and and the Lions win, then it would mean that the Lions would have the same amount of wins as the number one seed in the uh, as the number one seed in the freaking what you call it, uh, NFL in the NFC. So yeah, so I really like to see the 49ers lose and the Lions win. So just so that we could have the same record. It's not it wouldn't change anything about as far as the seeding goes, but it still just would be nice. It's just like one of the things too is I would really like the Cowboys to lose. I just want them to lose. Want them to lose, and maybe the Eagles win because then the Eagles would get the Eagles. If the Eagles win and the Cowboys lose, then the Eagles would be the uh, AFC East champions. You know, I mean that would be good. That would be good. It's just although I know in the playoffs we haven't really done that good uh, in Veterans Stadium. So uh, but in that want to thank everybody for coming on. I know this has been we are going to finish up the team uh, so where did I got to this rant. So like I said, I would like to see the Rams beat the 49ers. Chiefs go to Chargers. I'll tell you what, if the Chiefs can't beat the Chargers, hang it up, baby. I mean, come on. that what is going on with you? I mean, what what is going on this year with the Chiefs? You know, they're still the defending Super Bowl champions, but they're not they're not as dominant as what they were last year, were years in the past. Uh, you know, so but they are better than anybody else in their division. Last but definitely not least, the last prime time game of the regular season to be figured out on the NFL stage will be the Buffalo Bills, who a few weeks back looked like they were basically knocked out of it, but now because of things that have happened with the within their schedule, this could mean that them being AFC East champions. Can Buffalo beat the Dolphins? You know what? The way the Dolphins are playing, who knows? Who knows? I think they could very well be, but it's at Miami. Uh, Dolphins lost to, of course, the Ravens last week. I know it's going to be a matchup. You know, it's going to be a matchup. I kind of still like Josh Allen. But I don't know. At first, it looked like this was Tua's year. Uh, but hey, they can do it, but will they do it? Will Tua be, will Tua and the Dolphins be able to go or knock the Bills out of the playoffs? Because the Bills, plain and simple, they need this win, to be in the playoffs. Sorry. So, yeah. Well, I think it's gonna be a great game. I'm gonna watch it. There's probably one excuse me, one game that I will stream will be the Bills and the Dolphins. But in saying that, it's just I hope everybody has a great Friday. Uh, LGs are starting to really kick my butt. I don't want you guys to just hear me sneeze, 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 and sneeze. So thank you guys for coming in. Like, like the show, comment. Hopefully next week I'll have better things going on. But this is Maniac Tim from Maniac Sports. I'll holler at you guys later. You guys take care. One pride.